Developing tonight, utter devastation from the Spokane complex wildfire, which is blamed for destroying 700 homes and buildings. New video shows just one of the many neighborhoods wiped out by fast-moving flames. Hardly anything left but bricks, ash, and warped steel. The complex is made up of 3 fires: the Autumn Lane, Fairview, and Old Trails fires, all of which broke out Saturday afternoon, fueled by strong winds. As of today, the fires have consumed more than 8,000 acres. There are no reports of serious injury or deaths from the fires. More than 900 fire units and the National Guard are battling the flames, but there is 0% containment. The fires forced 65,000 people around Spokane to evacuate. One evacuee described watching the flames close in.
It was very devastating to sit there and watch it, and then it just kept moving so fastly as soon as those 2 fires kind of combined on my property.
Stunning before and after pictures show the destruction across Spokane. Aerial photos from near maps show entire neighborhoods reduced to ash and rubble. The before pictures were taken in June. The after come from the height of the firestorm on Saturday. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office said today that nearly 300 people called for help on Saturday. They're still stuck trying to track down 14 of them, or still trying to track them down, but to make sure they're okay. But at this point, the sheriff doesn't consider them missing.
Governor Bob Ferguson called the Spokane fires the worst natural disaster the region has ever seen. At a news briefing today, he thanked first responders, many of whom were forced to evacuate.
You know, the impact on people's lives is truly profound. I'm deeply appreciative for all the first responders. We were having a briefing in this room not long ago, and there are first responders in that room who have been evacuated from their homes, and yet they're still out there dealing with this situation and helping their neighbors here dealing with this challenging situation. So we're deeply grateful, of course, to them.
The governor said he has spoken with President Trump about the need for federal assistance and said FEMA has already sent some resources to our state. Ferguson also said he expects the president to sign off on short-term and long-term requests for assistance. The need for help in the Spokane area is enormous. The American Red Cross is one of the many agencies that has stepped up to assist the wildfire victims. If you'd like to donate, just scan the QR code here on your screen. That takes you directly to the group's online portal. You can also find a list of other relief groups on our website, KOMOnews.com.
There are more than a dozen active wildfires in our state. The largest is the Kaiser Canyon fire in Okanogan County. It has burned more than 136,000 acres. Containment is up to 38%. The Maud-Wright fire on the Colville Reservation in Ferry County has now grown to more than 51,000 acres with 17% containment. It started July 17th from a lightning strike. Today, crews worked to strengthen containment lines to prevent the fire from spreading into the town of Inchilium. There is 0% containment on one of the state's newest and fastest growing wildfires. The Sinlahecan fire started last Sunday about 12 miles west of Tonasket in Okanogan County. It has grown to 85,000 acres as of this morning.
So far this year, wildfires have consumed around 250,000 acres across the state. And now the risk of wildfires in western Washington is increasing as hot temperatures dry out vegetation. KOMO meteorologist Stella Sun joins us live in King County with what homeowners need to know about wildfire danger here. Stella.
Molly, while the landscape here in western Washington is very different than areas in eastern Washington, the reality is destructive wildfires can still happen here with the right conditions. Now, hundreds of thousands of Washingtonians live next to forests or other natural areas, and all it takes is one ember to start the next major wildfire. In western Washington,
I am looking up at the mountains and seeing the haze coming in.
A hazy horizon is a reminder of all the wildfires nearby.
Montana is on fire, Idaho is on fire, and then we drove through Spokane the day after the 60,000 people just got evacuated, and it's been alarming.
As western Washington experiences warmer, drier summers, wildfire risk is increasing.
It's actually one of the highest hazards that we recognize here in King County. Up there on par with a bad earthquake or flooding.
Around 1 in 7 King County residents live in what's called a wildland-urban interface, where homes border forests and other natural areas. Statewide, around 1 in 3 Washingtonians live in areas at risk for wildfires.
We have a lot more people moving into those areas.
Homeowners can improve their chances of protecting their property by reducing fuels around structures, removing vegetation, firewood, and other combustible materials 5 feet away from a home, taking out leaves and pine needles from roofs and gutters, trimming tree branches away from homes are a few ways to reduce the risk of community destruction from wildfires.
Usually I don't worry about it until I start smelling all the smoke.
As smoky skies blanket the region,
It looks like Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. Yeah, it is everywhere.
a reminder that wildfires many miles away can still impact the air we all breathe.
It's been very frightening to think that the whole West is on fire.
So far this year in Western Washington, the Department of Natural Resources says they have responded to 395 small wildfire incidents. In Eastern Washington, they've responded to over 740. We're live here in King County. Stella Sun, KOMO News.
All right, thanks, Stella. Turning to a live look outside, and you can see a layer of smoke and haze hovering over Seattle there, and in the distance. An air quality alert went into effect late this morning. The conditions are still getting worse, and the worst is yet to come. Let's get right to KOMO Chief Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell for the very latest. Shannon.
Well, Preston, first of all, I just want to say that at least the weather conditions that led to those horrible fires breaking out and the ones we currently had spreading in eastern Washington, they have subsided. It's not nearly as windy today, so that's the good news. Hopefully the firefighters able to get a better handle on things, but we have over a dozen fires now burning just in the state of Washington, let alone in Oregon and, of course, north of us into British Columbia, and a lot of smoke is going to start to make its way into the Puget Sound Basin in the days to come. You can already see it today. It's that upper elevation haze, but it will come closer to sea level and start to get rather thick all the way down close to Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia, and Everett. As such, our air quality going to worsen as we head into the next 24 hours. It's hazy in Olympia. It is extra smoky in Chelan, and unfortunately, we know that telltale orange glow when the sun starts to angle down and all of the smoke particles start to filter the sunlight and create that orangey presence. So not looking good there at the north central part of the state, right around Campbell's Resort. It's mainly there because of the Little Giant fire, which has exploded in size since Friday, almost doubling at this point to over 50,000 acres. And that is the fire in particular that we're going to pull the smoke from into the Puget Sound Basin as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Look at how it starts to really thicken up and then really starts to crank itself down toward King, Pierce, and into Thurston counties as we head into Tuesday. And that's just the first day that we'll deal with it. It's going to stay thick and smoky here for the next several days to come. As noted, an air quality alert now in place, which has been the case for much of the summer east of the Cascades, but spreading to the western side of the Cascades for the next couple of days at least. What about later this week? Anything going to change up? We could use some rain around here. We'll check on that extended forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
And that brings us to tonight's KOMO Pulse Poll. You can scan the QR code there on your screen to answer this question. What is your main strategy when air quality deteriorates? You can see the live results here. 51% say stay indoors. 25% just suffer through it. 21% close windows. Only 3% wear special masks. We'll share the updated results tonight on KOMO News at 11.
And when we're not on the air, you can still follow Washington's wildfire season online. Scan the QR code on your screen, which takes you directly to KOMOnews.com. You'll find extensive coverage, including our updated story, a current air quality map, resources for wildfire relief, and a photo gallery showing the devastation, as well as the hard work of first responders on the fire lines.